Hello, my name is Kenneth Griswold, education consultant and independent Google Workspace developer. In partnership with the Southern Minnesota PBIS implementation project, I've developed a tool using Google Workspace applications to support effective implementation of the check-in, check-out behavioral intervention in your school. Because it works using applications and tools you and your colleagues are already familiar with, I hope you'll see the value in using this tool to manage the interventions in your setting. Before we begin, a word of caution. Because this tool is designed to collect and manage student data, we recommend using it only within a Google Workspace for Education domain and limiting access to only those staff who should have access to that data in line with your school or district's policies on student data privacy. Now, let's begin. In this video, I will walk you through how to get started with the Check-in, Check-out Intervention Manager. When you first open the template link on the PBIS Minnesota website or from GriswoldK12.com, you will first need to make a copy of the template. Ultimately, you will need to make a copy for each student you are enrolling in the intervention. Click the Use Template button at the top right to make your copy. Don't worry about renaming the file at this point. That will be done automatically as you complete setup. Next, we will continue with admin setup by authorizing the scripts to run. Click the button to run authorization. Then click OK. Here, double check that you are selecting the correct Google account on your school domain, and then click Continue, then scroll down and select Allow. After a few moments, the script will run. This enables some of the functions of the template. Here, we will complete the form including all of the details we need to run the intervention. We begin with the Check-in, Check-out Intervention Manager or Interventionist, name and email address. Next, we will add the student's name, their homeroom teacher, then up to 5 PBIS expectations from your school-wide PBIS model. These will be used when teachers score student behavior throughout the day. Next, enter each schedule block in the student's schedule. These represent the hours or blocks within the day that the student's behavior will be scored or evaluated by a teacher or staff member. Next, enter up to 3 parent or guardian email addresses. If you enable parent reports, reports will be sent to these email addresses. Next, enter email addresses for any staff member who will be scoring or monitoring behavioral expectations for this student during the day, 1 per row up to 10. The setup script will share this spreadsheet with these users and send an email notification. Finally, click the button indicated to run the scripts to complete the initial setup. If prompted to do so, click Allow Access to allow scripts to access external resources. Then you will see this notification. Click OK. Next, let's take a closer look at the daily log. This is the form that teachers will complete throughout the day as they score student behavior against the PBIS expectations. Each expectation should be scored each hour on the schedule with either a 0, 1, or 2, with 0 representing that the expectation was not met at all, 1 that it was partially met, and 2 that the expectation was fully met. Teachers may also add comments in the comment field. Note that if parent reports are enabled, parents will see teacher comments in the report at the end of each day. The daily log will keep track of the student's percentage of possible scored points for the day, week to date, month to date, and school year to date. The QR tab provides a printable badge for the student with a QR code linking to their daily log. This may be useful to provide to the teachers who will be scoring the intervention. Note that progress in the intervention is added to the cumulative log and the daily summary log. These logs organize the data for the dashboard, which we will look at next. Next, let's take a closer look at the Check-in, Check-out dashboard. This dashboard provides insight into this student's progress in achieving their goal in the intervention. The default goal is set at 80%. This means the student goal is to earn at least 80% of the points available on scored expectations each day. The goal can be adjusted here if desired. Here, we see a table summarizing the percentage of points earned for week to date, month to date, and school year to date. The timeline intervention chart shows the complete history of the intervention, charting the percentage of points earned each day in blue. The green line represents the goal line of 80%. The light blue line is a trend line designed to indicate the overall trend. Below the timeline, you will find summary snapshots of the most 15 recent days scored, weeks scored, and months scored. Finally, these charts show the percentage earned by day of week or by schedule block over the whole history of the intervention. Check-in, check-out Intervention Manager automates email communication with staff and with parents if desired. After completing initial setup, any staff member listed in the staff email section on the Admin Setup tab will automatically receive a sharing notification informing them of the new intervention for the student, providing the link to the daily log for the student, and directing them to contact you, the Intervention Manager, with any questions. After completing initial setup, you will find printable QR badges on the QR tab that you can print and issue to the student on a lanyard or provide directly to staff. These can be scanned to provide convenient access to the daily log. Finally, if parent communication is desired, you will check the Parent Reports box at the top of the daily log sheet and be sure that the parent email address has been entered on the Admin Setup sheet. As long as this box is checked, a PDF copy of each day's scored log will be sent automatically to the parents each weekday after school. Thank you for using Check-in, Check-out Intervention Manager, a project of GriswoldK12 Solutions LLC with support from the Southern Minnesota PBIS Implementation Project.